Tell me about this house.
Okay, this house was bought in approximately 1952, 53, somewhere through there. They paid $11,500 for it with a $2,000 down payment. That meant their mortgage was $9,500 with a mortgage payment monthly of $72 a month.
Whose house was this growing up? Who lived here?
My parents, Buzz and Jackie Sipe, myself, I was 10 years old when we moved here, my brothers, Danny and Mo.
Okay, we entered the front door, and what is this?
Okay, we came through the entry foyer.
Okay.
And this is the living room.
Okay.
Oh, I'm telling you what, it's been arranged many different ways.
Okay.
Most times TV was either on this wall or the wall right there.
Okay. Plenty of space. Tell me a little bit about this kitchen.
This kitchen was designed by my mama and daddy. It wasn't always like this. They added these cabinets. My dad installed them and everything, and put in a dishwasher and all the appliances. But at one time, instead of being a kitchen, the wall was right here with the doorway into the kitchen. This was a formal dining room right here. The wall across here with cardinal wallpaper all over the wall.
I remember sitting right here, and my grandmother, Jackie, Dad-all, we called her, would sit in this chair and would smoke and have the longest ash of anybody I ever saw. And her and Buzz would be sitting in there and coming in here, and they getting good arguments. It was fun. Okay.
Then my dad and Louie added on this room here. And
Louie, who is Louie?
Louie is your daddy.
Okay.
Okay. There was a refrigerator here all those years, and everybody, when they come in, they could get bottles of Coke or whatever. And it was always here. And they added a shower, washer and dryer. Dryer still works perfect, so does the washer. That's the original dryer, but that's not the original washer. And of course, it was heated in here.
Coming in through the front door, I'm going up the stairs to a finished attic. Now, was this attic always finished?
When we moved into this house, this was one big room, and it had blue wallpaper on it all the way everywhere around. And at one point or another, all of us had these rooms up here except for my parents. Now my brothers, to take a shortcut to the bathroom, would go to the bathroom right out this window instead of walking downstairs to the one and only bathroom.
Sound like model citizens.
But these closets, this nice big closet, big walk-in closet, both of them, they were not here. There's no lights. They were not here. My dad and my grandfather, they made these two rooms, added paneling everywhere. And this was, after that, this was always my bedroom. Had my telephone right here. At that point, we had extensions. I had a telephone here, a rotary phone, and my bed was sitting right here. And when they finished this, my grandfather and dad finished. And on Saturday mornings when I could sleep in, not being in school, I would be awakened early with them hammering and so on. And my grandfather said, "That's okay, go on back to sleep. We won't bother you."
Who's your grandfather? What's his name?
His name, we called him Thom, and his name was Norman Sipe.
Okay, I remember as a kid coming down through this hallway, what was in this little cubby hole?
This has always been a conversation piece. It's where the telephone set. And at the time we moved here, there was no such thing as extension phones. The one and only rotary phone set in this area right here. If you talked on the phone, you stood here and you held the phone up and talked and talked and talked. Okay. Right here in this hallway is a closet. This closet was not here when we moved into this house. This went directly into the kitchen, the old
Soft
kitchen.
blankets, beach towels, sheets, twin sheets. Who did all these pillowcases and towels?
Yeah, but this was the way we would walk through here to the kitchen. And then Daddy closed it up and made a closet out of it. The little ladybug was left here by my mother.
Oh.
And at the point that my mother passed into heaven, this was her bedroom. But over the years, in all the many years we lived here, It had been my bedroom, it had been Danny's bedroom, it had been Mo's bedroom, and it had been my parents' bedroom. But at the point of her passing, it was her bedroom. At the time of my dad's passing, this was his bedroom. And again, over the years, it was everyone, we all had this bedroom at one time or another. In fact, at one time, my bed sat here, and my chest of drawers was right next to the bed. And I hollered into the other room to my mother and daddy, said, I hear scratching, and it's in that cabinet. And they didn't know what it was. Well, I had my bird sitting on top of it, a parakeet named Dinky. And he came in here, and they listened, and they heard it, so he pulled that drawer out and went into the bathroom, dumped it in the bathtub, and there was a little mouse in there. We bought it with the bird food. Only mouse we ever had in this house, to my knowledge, ever.
Okay. This is the basement. And you want to tell me a little bit about this basement?
Well, this basement, of course, this is right under the front porch.
Okay.
And we used to store things on these shelves, which my dad put the shelves in.
Your dad was crafty. He's built everything down here.
It was never finished, but we used it like you wouldn't believe. My brother and I had a basketball goal right here, and we used to play basketball all the time. And we had a ping pong table sitting here, played a lot of ping pong. And I would have parties there. If I could find it, there was some crepe paper left up here that my dad never would take down over the years. Oh, here it is. Right
Here's
here.
some right there. And go ahead, show me some more.
It's right under there. You can see it. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it.
I see it.
Yeah. And later in years, he built this big cedar closet.
I remember that. I remember him building this.
Yeah.
And I also remember guinea pigs being over here.
Yeah, they had all kind. He had tons of guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Some of the guinea pigs were named Alvin and Lucille, Tick and Tack, Pete and Repeat. Real creative names. And everybody that
Oh, go ahead.
everyone that comes in wants to know, what were these? Well, this is the old chimney where the old coal furnace was vented to. And I guess they put these up to put the holes over. And Seth Sipe and I today took these down and looked in there, and you can still see in the chimney, and there's some leaves and stuff in it.
All right, Mama, describe these walls. What's going on
Okay,
here?
these walls, when Rusty and Seth were little, and they'd come down here, they started, my dad started measuring them on the wall. Here was Seth when he was 2 years old. Here's one with Rusty at 5. And today, we've measured Seth way up here.
He's 33 years old? Oh, my goodness.
Just to show how much he's grown since they were doing
He's
that.
grown a lot. They've all grown a lot.
Seth lived here for a while, so he even measured his kids here. And there he is up there, and here's his kids.
Annabelle and Sadie and Eli. All right. So,
Rusty and Seth. And we always got a big kick out of it that Daddy did that. It was fun. I did that with my own kids at my house on a wall.
mm-hmm.
Okay, from the time we moved in here, this is where we washed clothes. First one was an old wringer washer, and it sat right here. And you have to wring this stuff through. And then you dry it on the clotheslines when it was cold. We had clotheslines, 4 of them at the time. And we even had clotheslines in the backyard. So if it was warm, there was no dryer. You hung everything out. If it wasn't, you hung them in the basement. So, later in the years, there was a shower right here. And of course, added the dryer and this nice sink. And it was a very used and very lived in house, which was a good home.
Looks like a solid house, too.
Solid as a rock. Very solid.
Jacqueline Sipe.
Period. This is one of the last dog houses my dad ever made. It's in bad repair now, but he used to build them and sell them to people. He made 2-story ones. He made them to look like their houses, all kinds of stuff. But this one is one they used and still even got a dog food bowl in it.
And what's funny is, how old would you think this doghouse is?
Oh gosh, probably 25.
At
30
least
years.
25. And look at the lasting value
If
of
it had
this.
been maintained over the years, it would be fine.
Oh yeah, looks nice. I remember Zip building dog houses and cutting kindling.
Oh yeah. Okay, this concrete wall, Daddy had it built because of neighbors. He wanted to be private. And when he had it built, the guy cheated him
I remember that.
and didn't do what he was supposed to. Daddy took him to court, got all the money back. Then he got the wall for free. Okay, and this shed, my dad built it. And no doubt my husband, Louis, your dad, helped. Well, this,
And then there's the back into this. They added onto the
this
garage.
Side, yeah, this side room used to be half that size, and that was our playroom. We used to get up on top of it and run around and everything.
This is your playroom when you were a kid.
Yeah, it was half this size when I was a kid, though. And then they expanded it later. This was a big patio. And they just closed the whole thing in. This was an electric wheelchair that belonged to my mother. It's never been used, but it needs a battery and a wheel, but it's too heavy for me to move. So,
This was Zip's Buzz's workbench, your father's workbench that he made.
yes.
Now, Daddy has a table saw that used to be out here. And so he's made a lot of stuff in this garage. This garage is very...
Here's his old potbelly stove. He had a potbelly stove that he heated with.
This is the potbelly stove Mama was talking about. What is it?
Yes. He used to heat the garage with it. At some point, Daddy built this car for it. And they used it. They'd sometimes come out here and sit, different things. And we used to like to come out and sit and when it rained, we'd just watch cars. This is my last time leaving this house. After thousands of times.
Sorry.